Hey guys, this is Mark.
This is Michelle.
And we are back for a quick, kind of unannounced live.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys, 2019. And for those of you folks we know in other parts of the world, happy belated New Year, because you're well into that day. Actually, you're into the next day.
Yeah.
But anyway, happy New Year to everybody. We want to, first of all, welcome about 8 or 9 new members. And maybe a few more, but most of them from the GAPS Diet group. And we appreciate you joining us. And we do lives every week on Saturdays.
Well, we won't be able to this next Saturday, though.
Yeah, because we're getting remarried. Right? So you want to explain that?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll explain.
It just happened.
Well, it just happened. Some friends of ours who had been together for 18 years, they didn't get legally married because one of them thought they were going to lose their survivorship benefits, and the law changed a few years back, and they didn't know about it. And so, hi viewer, and so they're going to get married next Saturday, and they asked us if we wanted to get married in a double ceremony. I should say remarried for us.
Right. This will actually be our third wedding.
This will be our third wedding.
But
yeah.
this is the coolest.
This is the coolest. Do you want to explain why, or you want me to explain?
You go ahead.
Okay. And the reason is, and you guys who just joined us from the GAPS, and those of you folks still doing the GAPS diet or on the GAPS diet, Michelle and I were on the GAPS diet for 4.5 years. It worked wonders for me, but unfortunately she got sicker.
Yep.
And so the GAPS diet didn't work for her. Well, the GAPS diet did so much for me that basically I was a new person. And there are numerous posts in our past on our personal timelines. And you'll see, and if you go back and watch some of our previous lives, you'll see that we talk a lot about how much I changed from an autistic person to a newly minted NT, as I say. And so the reason that we're getting married is to celebrate the new husband that she's had over this past 5.5 years.
Yeah.
And so the past year, we have been, for those of you who just joined us who don't know, we've been doing the medical medium diet. And today is Michelle's 1-year anniversary.
1 year.
1 year on the medical medium diet. Mine will actually be tomorrow, but I want to celebrate today.
Okay.
And
so we've talked a lot about how you've changed in these lives. I would like for you to talk about how much I've changed this last year.
Let's talk about how much she's changed this last
What
year.
have you seen?
Because that's important. She had Lyme disease in her late teens and did rounds of antibiotics for 3 years straight. Now, that's going to do damage to anybody, right? She did 3 years. So we did the GAPS diet for her as well, thinking that was going to clear up a lot of stuff. Well, it did do some things. For instance, loss of migraines.
Yeah.
It did not get rid of brain fog.
No, made it worse.
Right? Energy-wise, it didn't do anything for that.
Oh, man. No.
And it would take her 3 hours to wake up in the morning. I mean, literally 3 hours. If she had to be somewhere, she had to get up 3 hours before she had to be there just to be able to wake up, get around, get ready, and get there. Right? And so, unfortunately, the the GAPS diet did not take care of that. And so we happened upon the medical medium diet through some friends of ours, actually the same friends.
The same.
That were getting married.
Yes.
Yeah, that we're getting doing the double ceremony with next week. And so they told us about it. Michelle got the books and read the books. And the medical medium diet, for those of you who don't know, is a raw fruit and raw veggie diet. And there's a 30-day cleanse that we did, well, 28-day cleanse. We did it for 35 days, and we detoxed so quickly that we stayed sick for a few months because it brought up all the things it was detoxing, in this case, mostly strep. But then in the first couple weeks, I lost most of my heavy metal load doing the heavy metal detox smoothie. And Michelle, I'm sure she did too. So, but as far as how much she's changed this past year, let's talk about that. Within the first 28-day cleanse, well, I should say within the 28-day cleanse, she got energy, she got sleep, Her sleep was horrible.
Yes.
She got sleep. She started waking up with no brain fog.
Yes.
Right?
Miracle.
And let's talk about emotional things. Within the 28-day cleanse, she lost all of her anxiety,
Yes.
which was probably heavy metal based.
Probably.
And so she lost all of her anxiety just like that. Now, I still have anxiety, but I think a lot of that is still due to some heavy metals and in some cases not having a chiropractic adjustment because I had a bone move this week and I was a crazy man. So,
yes.
But all it takes is a chiro adjustment and I'm good. So, so now she wakes up, she gets good sleep, and she's real disciplined. So she stays on the diet and she gets great sleep, wakes up perfectly on time when she needs to. No brain fog.
Yes.
Brain fog is gone. No anxiety.
Yes.
Emotional. She's starting to feel like she did when she was what, 18?
17.
17. Okay, 17.
Maybe before that.
17. So it's really, for the both of us, it is really fixing our health.
So this is my 1-year anniversary, and it's amazing how much has changed.
Now, as far as emotional stuff coming online for her, I'm sure they have, although I couldn't be specific as to what it is because I can't see inside there.
Right.
I can only see the outside. But I'm sure a lot of that has changed for her, especially with the loss of the anxiety.
Yes.
And
that's so huge.
Yeah, and so with the medical medium doing so much more for me.
Oh, heart palps are gone.
Good point.
I've had them since my 20s.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the heart palps are so bad that when you were pregnant, you had to take a lot. What was it, propranolol? And you had to take like 5 times the recommended dosage.
And it still wasn't enough.
And it still didn't fix it. But the medical medium diet has fixed it for her.
Yes.
So
panic attacks gone.
Oh, yeah. And although I've been experiencing those, I did a round of heavy metal detox smoothies a few weeks ago, and that let loose some more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing heavy metal detox smoothies now to see if I can't fix and move out some of that stuff that I moved around a few weeks ago.
Yes.
So, but anyway, we're starting a new year, and it's going to be great for us.
Mm-hmm.
And all of our challenges have really paled in their overwhelmingness because of this diet, and for me, because of the GAPS diet. The GAPS diet made learning much easier for me. Communication. If this is what normal communication is easy.
Yes.
Right? Because I pick up on all the implicit stuff. Remember, for you GAPS folks, this was what the GAPS diet did for me. Communication, learning, reading people, picking up on people's emotions. Motivation. Huge thing. And so the GAPS diet did wonders for me. The medical medium diet is tying up all the loose ends that the GAPS diet left for me.
There was a lot more change on the medical medium diet.
Yeah, emotionally and that kind of stuff. There's been quite a bit of that every few months, just like there was on the first 2 years of the GAPS. I stagnated for about 2 years or so towards the end of our GAPS experience, and the medical medium really changed a lot of that.
Yes.
So, but it's our 1 year anniversary on the medical medium. Yep. And we are grateful for the GAPS. We help people. We answer questions for people. We have been coaches for on the GAPS diet for folks who are on the GAPS diet since we started back in 2013. And we've helped folks see lots of improvement, especially with their kids. Kids seem to heal faster, whether on any diet, seem to heal faster from whatever their illnesses are than adults do. Only because as adults,
you have a lot more toxins.
Exactly. You have a lot more damage and that kind of thing. I'm now 50, and I'm still catching up from the developmental delays I had as an autistic person. Now, that's been tough.
Yes.
But I'm going to win. Or I should say, I'm going to continue growing. I won't say win, because nobody loses. No. I win, she wins. And everybody else wins. So, but anyway, that's where we're at. And we want you guys to have an excellent new year.
Yes.
And if you have any questions, GAPS questions, medical medium questions, please post right here on Heal Your Autism, where we're happy to answer them, because that's what we've been doing all this time. We also, as we're getting that better set up, we have paid coaching services. We can go anywhere from just answering questions to actually showing you how to cook, because we've covered it all. We even do relationship advice for people who are on the spectrum or who have spouses or children on the spectrum, because between our more than 50 years of experience, me being autistic for nearly that long, and then Michelle having taught autistic people for the past more than 20 years, we can answer any of your questions. We can help you through issues. We've helped married couples. We have helped parents with their autistic kids. We've helped autistic parents with their autistic kids. And we do it all. So basically, if you have any questions, ask us, because we can help.
Ask us.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys,
Okay.
this is the end. We'll see you, well, when we can. But I'll do some 5-minute lives.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Bye.